All right, so the Oscars happened, and I thought it was a pretty fun show, to be honest. Like, listen, I don't need some like great, grandiose show. I think I like Jimmy Kimmel as the host. I think he's fine. Like, I know some people really dislike him, but like, I don't know. Like, he tells solid like 6 out of 10 jokes consistently throughout the night. I feel like I don't need someone who's gonna try too much here. You're gonna get a fine show with him, and that's what we got once again. Obviously the Oscars kind of had a weird run a few years ago, but I think they're kind of back on track a little bit. It was about the movies. There was a lot of, hey, here are the movies that deserved awards. Here's the movie, here's the award. Here's the next group of nominations. Here's the award. That kind of stuff. So yeah, I thought it was a entertaining show, and I figured, why don't I just give my thoughts on all of the Oscars and what happened here. So yeah, let's just jump into it. I'm gonna start off from bottom to top on if you just Google list of Oscar winners, where what comes up, the Zone of Interest Best Sound is first on the list, which I thought was really deserving. I mean, the sound was such a huge part of the movie. I heard Jonathan Glazer in an interview talk about how there's this part where they need to get a soundbite of like Germans yelling, and instead of just like hiring a bunch of Germans to like go into a sound stage and yell, they like just found a clip of like German football players like yelling, and they just used that. Like, they put so much effort into that. It was such a big part of the movie. Like, it would have felt weird a little bit to not give it that. So totally deserved. Zone of Interest also won best, as expected, also won best foreign film, which is, again, when there's one foreign film that's nominated for best picture, you kind of know which one's going to get it. I do wonder what would have happened had Anatomy of a Fall been nominated, but even if it had, I would have given the award to Zone of Interest. I thought it was great. Poor Things. We'll talk about Poor Things for a second. It got a few. So first, we'll talk about the big one maybe later on in this video. But for now, just it got a few technical categories right away, kind of in a row. Best costume design, makeup and hairstyling, and production design. And to be honest, all felt deserved. I thought they were all, really good in that. I thought that was very well done, and I have a really hard time, disagreeing with any of those choices. Again, Poor Things, a movie that looked unlike any other movie that I have seen. I thought you could have made a case for it to win cinematography. More on that later, but definitely a fan of all those. I think what's interesting is, so Barbie was kind of the biggest competitor in a lot of those. Barbie did not win there. Barbie didn't win a lot. Barbie only won one award, which takes us to Best Original Song, where there was the debate of, kind of all Oscar season of, is it going to be Ryan Gosling and I'm Just Ken or Billie Eilish and What Was I Made For? Listen, what song have I listened to more? I've listened to I'm Just Ken more. It is a song I'm a big fan of. I think it's very fun. I probably know all the words at this point. It's a blast. It's a blast. What song do I think is like a more technically better made song and a more kind of important song and, fits the tone of the movie that it was making more? I think What Was I Made For was the right pick. I do. And I know that's, some people really like I'm Just Ken. I'm Just Ken was absolutely more fun. It was absolutely more fun. But to me, it's kind of almost like the Oppenheimer versus Barbie comparison, right? Where it's like Barbie was more fun for me, but like I can totally see the argument why Oppenheimer deserved Best Picture, which again we'll get to in a second. But I don't know. Both were great songs. I think that if either one didn't exist, the other would have won the award. But yeah, I had no issue with that, although I know some people did. I'm trying to figure out the best way to go through this. Let's talk about Oppenheimer for a second. Let's just go through that. So it wins, a lot of awards. Best film editing, which I was a fan of. I think that's probably the right call. Like, the editing was so much a part of that movie. And while I know some people will critique it saying, well, was it the best edited film or was it the most edited film? I don't know. I think it was the best. I think it was. I think that movie does not work with a more traditional editing style. I think that the fast-paced nature of it, people complained about, oh, it felt like a trailer. That's what I liked about it. I think that's what worked about it. And I don't think that the movie would have the same effect it did had it kind of had a more of a slow-paced edit and had it taken longer. Because, again, it was 3 hours. It had to go quickly. So I thought it was well done. Again, there were other very well-edited movies in there. And editing in general is such a weird, like, how do you know? You don't know what the footage was, right? So how do you know what was really best edited? But, I have no issue with that. It also won Best Cinematography. It's weird, like Poor Things, I think I probably would have given the award to personally just because it is so unique, but at the same time, how much of that is cinematography versus special effects and all the other stuff, it kind of like, I think they kind of split all that, so I understand it. But Oppenheimer was very good. Worthy of a cinematography win. We can talk about the shorts if we want to for a second. So I watched all 15 short films. Best documentary, I was worried the ABCs of book banning was going to win. Not because I think you have to preface it by saying I totally agree with the message that the ABCs of book banning was going across. I just didn't really think that the film itself was that good. People have brought up kind of felt like a PowerPoint presentation. I kind of agree. I wouldn't have given it the award. I think Last Repair Shop was very well made and very worthy of it. So I was happy that one. War is Over for an animated short film I thought was kind of a disaster, to be honest. Very well animated. I loved the animation, but it felt very, there were comparisons of the Pepsi commercial, the famous Pepsi commercial, which with Kylie Jenner was in it, right? Or am I saying that? No, it was Kendall Jenner. I don't know. I'm not in that world. Okay, but one of those people was in it, and that was a weird. War is Over was kind of lame, I thought. But whatever. Not my thing personally. I'm a really big fan of. If you can have a chance to see it, the 95 Senses I thought was really powerful and really well done. So check that one out if you haven't already. The other short film to win was The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar, the Wes Anderson short film. So Wes Anderson wins an Oscar here, although he didn't show up to take it, which was interesting. But, it honestly was also not my favorite, but I didn't think there was a particularly strong field in live action short films. So I think that, I get why he won it. I don't know. Wes Anderson in general, I kind of feel like he's... I like him when he's doesn't go full Wes Anderson. I like when he kind of goes kind of Wes Anderson, but still, fine. Okay. Not mad about it or anything like that. Best visual effects, Godzilla -1 wins best visual effects. And that was one of the most fun moments of the night, right? Where they all have little Godzilla toys that they're walking up with. Really good speeches as well. That was fun. You can sit here. I think a lot of people have criticized sort of Japan's, the way that they treat their visual effects artists, but at least the visual effects artists are getting credit here. So at least, obviously it doesn't make up for it, but that's cool, I think. So that was a lot of fun. Best original score went to Oppenheimer, which to me, the two that I was hoping one of the two would win it was either Oppenheimer or Poor Things. To me, I listen to, every now and then I will listen to film score, which is such an annoying thing to admit, I feel like, but every now and then I will when I'm like editing videos or something like that I want to focus on the videos, but I still need to, I want to listen to something. Oppenheimer score I have listened to a number of times. I think it's very good. Big fan of it. So yeah, I think it's the right call. Poor Things was very good as well, but I think that's what I would have gone with. Best documentary feature, I only watched one of the documentary features, to be honest, but it was the one that won, 20 Days in Mariupol, which, kind of was a little bit more like a news broadcast than a film to me, it felt like, but it was really, impactful, so I have I haven't seen the other ones, but I have no issue with it winning. We can go to Screenplay. So I was a fan of both of these. First, the best adapted screenplay, I felt like it was between American Fiction or Oppenheimer. I have some critiques about the Oppenheimer screenplay. I do. Like some of the lines feel a little bit corny to me. I really liked American Fiction. I was happy to see Cord Jefferson won it, and no one got his Oscar, which again we'll get to in a second. But I had no issue with Cord Jefferson. I thought Cord Jefferson, great speech. That was very fun. And Justin Triet, what a moment for her, right? And Arthur Harari. I'm not sure how I say that. Harari might be how you say his name. So, give credit to both of them for what they were able to do. That was also very fun to, Trier. I can't imagine she thought any way in hell she would win an Oscar for this movie when she first started making it. But that's, very cool. Best animated feature. So the only ones I had seen are The Boy and the Heron and Elemental. The, Across the Spider-Verse, still a blind spot for me. I'll see it eventually. I'm not a huge action movie fan. Okay, it is what it is. But I was happy to see Miyazaki win. I thought that was cool. I thought it was a good movie. I liked it. So, when a movie I like wins an Oscar, I feel happy about it. So, yeah, that's kind of all I really have to say about that. We can get into the acting categories now. That's what everyone's here to talk about. So first, Divine Joy Randolph. Thought her speech was great. That was a great way to start the night, and I think maybe they knew, hey, she might give a good speech. Let's give it to her right away. Really well done. Definitely well done. A big fan of that. As for the male supporting actor, you have obviously Robert Downey Jr. winning, which felt like one of the locks. Both of those were kind of locks heading into the night. Although, maybe there was some chance of Ryan Gosling winning, but no, Robert Downey Jr. was going to win, and he was very, very deserving as well. And I thought he had a fun speech on top of it as well. So it's kind of crazy, Robert Downey Jr. winning an Oscar, but it's hard to disagree with it. Definitely hard to disagree with it. For the actors, Cillian Murphy, again, kind of felt like it was going to be that way. Maybe Paul Giamatti was going to find a way to steal the award, but no, Cillian Murphy wins. And I don't know, there was a point when I was kind of rooting for Giamatti, but once the Oscars came, I was rooting for Cillian Murphy. Like, how can you not? The guy's been in so many great movies over the years, kind of been always overlooked, I feel like. So for him to finally get his due and get his award, and, with how many other people for Oppenheimer getting the award, how can you not give it to the lead actor on top of it with how much he had to do? Yeah, totally well-deserved. The interesting one, the kind of controversial choice and the biggest, I think, race going into this, where it felt like 50% of the people felt one way and 50% of people felt the other way, was Battle of the Stones, Emma Stone versus Lily Gladstone for Best Actress. I thought they were going to give it to Lily Gladstone. I really did. I thought it was going Lily Gladstone. They give it to Emma Stone. I gotta say, I agree. I think Emma Stone was amazing. And I like Lily Gladstone a lot. I hope she gets a chance to win an Oscar at some point, because definitely she was great. If she decided to be a supporting actress in that category, I think she wins the award. And I kind of think she was a supporting role in that movie. I think that was maybe a mistake. I don't want to say a mistake, but I think she would have won the Oscar had she gone with that. But decides to go with Best Actress, and I think Emma Stone was so incredible. There were so many intricate little details. Her speech was, again, very fun. I think she didn't expect to win. I really don't think she did. For dress breaking and all of that, which was very fun. But just a lot of genuine emotions, which was cool to see. But I thought she deserved it. A big fan of Lloyd Gladstone. Real excited to see where her career goes from this. But yeah, I thought they got it right. I did. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out exactly what else. I believe I already talked about Jonathan Glazer in Best International Feature. Christopher Nolan winning Best Director, of course, which we knew was coming. But it's like, I don't know. Like, I'm not like a crazy Christopher Nolan fan. I'm not. But like, when you hear him talk, like you hear like the way he respects like film as a whole, how can you not root for the guy in that situation, right? Like, I'm not crazy. There's filmmakers I like more than Nolan, and I think sometimes his fan base can be annoying, but like, I mean, his speech, I thought, like the way he ended it, of like just being appreciative that people kind of respect his contribution to film, and his kind of excitement for where it's going in the future, incredible stuff. And yeah, I think that very much. It's been too long for him to finally get an Oscar. Totally deserves it. Very cool stuff. Even me, as someone who's not a huge Nolan fan, how can you not just like the guy, right? Like, I'm a huge Nolan fan of the person, even if some of his films don't work with me. I really loved Oppenheimer as well, which wins Best Picture. And again, one of the more uncontroversial picks. We knew it was going to win Best Picture heading into the night, and it feels like. Well, I don't know if it's everyone's number one movie, because no movie is everyone's number one movie of the year. It's like everyone's at least in the top 10, right? Like, no one didn't have Oppenheimer in their top 10 of the year, and I really thought it was really good. Like, I thought it was a great theater experience. And again, this is coming from someone who doesn't always agree with all of Nolan's work. I really agreed with this one, and I thought it was a great time. So, yeah. Again, kind of interesting night. Glad the Messi the dog was there. We needed to see some dog in the. My question is about the bit they did when the dog was clapping. What happened there? How did that logistically? How did that work? Because it was like when Robert Downey Jr. won, right, or something like that. That was confusing. There was again some interesting bits. I know some people were complaining about the in memoriam. They couldn't read every name. I could read it. I got a big TV not too long ago, so I was able to read all of it. But I don't know if that doesn't work on every TV. I can see that being a little frustrating. But also, people love to complain about stuff. I don't know. But yeah, those were my thoughts on the Oscars. All of everything that happened. I think I covered it. Hopefully I didn't miss any, because I kind of bounced around a little bit. But yeah, those are my thoughts. What were yours? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from y'all. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.